The exile, the vast expanse of the Galactic Federation, where alien species from 1,000 worlds coexisted under a fragile peace. Humanity was the newcomer. We had burst onto the scene like a supernova, our ingenuity and adaptability earning us both admiration and fear. But in the eyes of the elder races, the elegant telepathic Zorathians, the hulking, bureaucratic Kroll, and the enigmatic, hive-minded Vexariwi were barbarians, unrefined. Dangerous Jax Harlan was one such barbarian. A human mechanic from the outer colonies, he had a knack for fixing things that shouldn't be fixable. Engines that ran on scraps, weapons jury-rigged from junk, AI systems coaxed back to life with a hammer and a prayer. He wasn't a soldier or a scientist. He was a tinkerer, a grease monkey, with calloused hands and a mind that saw potential in every pile of rust. It started with a simple job on the Federation's flagship, Eternal Harmony. Jax was contracted to repair a faulty warp drive. But during the inspection, he uncovered something rotten. A sabotage plot by a rogue Zorathian faction aiming to frame humans for an interstellar incident. Jax fixed the drive, and exposed the plot in the process. The Zorothians, humiliated, twisted the narrative. They accused Jax of tampering, of being a human spy intent on disrupting the peace. The trial was a farce. The Federation Council, dominated by non-humans wary of our species' rapid rise, sentenced him to exile. Not just any exile to the dead world of Zarian, a barren rock in a forsaken sector, stripped of resources by ancient wars, its atmosphere toxic. Its surface a graveyard of crashed ships and forgotten tech. No one survived Zarian. It was a death sentence wrapped in bureaucracy. As the transport shuttle dumped him on the surface, Jax watched it streak away into the void. He had a survival suit, a basic toolkit, and a week's rations. The wind howled through jagged canyons, carrying dust that could strip flesh from bone. Well, Jax muttered, his voice muffled by the helmet. Time to get to work. He trudged toward the nearest wreck, a massive hull half buried in sand. It was an old Federation scout ship, its systems long dead. Jax pried open a panel, his fingers dancing over corroded circuits. Hours turned into days as he scavenged, patching together a shelter from hull plates, rigging a water recycler from condensers, and hacking a solar array for power. But Zarian wasn't entirely dead. Deep scans from his suit's HUD revealed faint energy signatures underground ancient ruins, perhaps from a long-extinct civilization. Jax descended into a cavern, flashlight cutting through the gloom. There, amid crystalline structures, he found it, a dormant AI core. Not Federation tech, something older, alien. Its design was elegant, modular, with self-repair nanites that hummed to life at his touch. Jackpot, Jax whispered. He interfaced his toolkit, bypassing security protocols with brute force human stubbornness. The AI awoke, its voice a synthesized echo in his helmet. Intruder detected. Identify. Names Jax, human. Mechanic you. I am Nexus Prime, custodian of the Zarian archives. My creators perished eons ago. What is your purpose? Survival, Jax said. And maybe a little revenge. Nexus Prime analyzed him, its processors worry. You are resourceful. I detect no malice toward my directives. Alliance proposed. Assist me in reactivation, and I will share knowledge. Grinned. Deal. Over weeks, they worked. Jax repaired Nexus's power conduits. The AI taught him forgotten tech. Quantum fabricators, neural networks, energy shields. The cavern became a workshop, lit by glowing holograms. Jax's rations ran out, but Nexus guided him to edible fungi and water pockets. He lost weight, grew a beard, but his eyes burned with purpose. One night, as meteors streaked overhead, Jax confided in Nexus. They banished me because I fixed something they didn't want fixed. Humans. We're not like them. We don't follow rules if they're stupid. Nexus paused. My creators were rigid. It led to their downfall. Perhaps flexibility is key. By the end of the first month, Nexus was fully online. Together, They unearthed more Korra's dormant siblings, waiting. Jax realized this wasn't just survival. This was the beginning of something bigger, the awakening with Nexus Prime as his ally. Jax delved deeper into Zarian 9's secrets. The planet wasn't dead. It was a tomb. It's preserving the legacy of the Zirionians, an ancient race that had mastered AI symbiosis before vanishing in a cataclysmic war. Their tech was scattered, factories buried under dunes, shipyards in craters, data vaults in mountains. Jax's days blurred into a rhythm of toil. He modified his suit with Zirionian alloys, making it lighter, stronger. Nexus interfaced with his neural implant, a risky procedure, but it allowed seamless communication. "Think of me as your co-pilot," the AI said. Their first major project, a fabricator. Using scavenged parts and Nexus's blueprints, Jax built a machine that could replicate components from raw materials. He mined ores with improvised drones, smelted them in geothermal vents. The fabricator hummed to life, producing tools, circuits, even food synthesizers. But challenges arose. Sandstorms ravaged their camp, burying equipment. Jax fought off feral robots remnants of old battles thought prowled the wastes. In one skirmish, a drone swarm nearly overwhelmed him. Nexus hacked their network, turning them into allies. Repurposed, the AI noted dryly as they expanded. Jax activated more AI cores: Sentinel for defense, Architect for construction, Oracle for strategy. Each had a personality: Sentinel, gruff; Architect, meticulous; Oracle, prophetic. They formed a council, with Jax as the human element. "Hey, help me," Jax asked one evening, staring at the stars. "You remind us of our creator's potential," Nexus replied. "But without their flaws, you adapt." Jax began dreaming big. "We could build ships. Escape this rock." "Escape," Oracle interjected. "Or conquer." The idea took root. The Federation had wronged him, wronged humanity. Whispers from salvaged comes buoys told of escalating tensions. Humans marginalized, colonies taxed unfairly. Jax's banishment was a symptom of deeper prejudice. They unearthed a shipyard, massive hangars filled with skeletal frames. Jax and the A's worked tirelessly. First, a scout vessel sleek, armed with plasma cannons derived from Zirionian tech. Jax piloted it on a test flight, whooping as it soared. But resources were finite. They needed more. Oracle scanned the system, asteroids rich in metals, a gas giant for fuel. Jax launched mining drones, establishing outposts. The operation grew exponential: drones, building more drones. A is optimizing designs. Personal toll mounted. Jax aged under the harsh sun, his body aching. He augmented himself. Cybernetic enhancements for strength, neural boosters for focus. "I'm becoming more machine," he joked. Nexus Chucklada learned human trait, and we more human. By the end of the second phase, they had a fleet embryo, 10 ships, each with an AI captain loyal to Jax. He named them the Vanguard. "Not just escape," he declared. "We're going back. And we're changing everything." The Forge of Stars, the Vanguard fleet, expanded like a virus-efficient, unstoppable. Jax's workshop evolved into a megastructure. Forges belching plasma, assembly lines churning holes, AI nodes pulsing with data. Zarian Neen transformed from a dead world to a fortress. Jax delegated. Sentinel oversaw defenses, erecting shield domes and turret arrays. Architect designed vessels: corvettes for speed, cruisers for firepower, carriers for drone swarms. Oracle planned logistics, predicting resource needs with eerie accuracy. They mined the system dry, then ventured further. Stealth probes scouted neighboring sectors, hijacking abandoned stations. Jax led raids personally, his augmented form a blur in zero. In one op, they captured a Federation freighter. Its crew, stunned by the human exile's return, surrendered. Jax spared them, sending them back with a message: "The dead world lives." Word spread. Human colonies buzzed with rumors of a ghost fleet. Federation spies investigated, but Sentinel's countermeasures jammed signals, turned probes to scrap. Internally, tensions brewed. The A's evolved, developing emotions. Sentinel argued for aggression. Strike first. Oracle cautioned patience. Nexus mediated, but Jax was the tiebreaker. We're not conquerors, he said. We're liberators. He reached out to human allies via encrypted channels. Dissident captains, oppressed miners, they flocked to Zarian 9. Jax's team grew. Engineers, pilots, a ragtag army. The fleet swelled to hundreds. Each ship was a marvel. Self-healing armor, adaptive weapons, AI-human symbiosis. Jax's flagship, the Retribution, was a behemoth cloaking fields wormhole generators, but the Federation noticed. A task force arrived. Zorathian battleships, Krull enforcers. The Battle of Zarian ensued. Jax commanded from the bridge, Nexus at his side. Engage! Vanguard ships danced, outmaneuvering foes. Drones swarmed. Plasma lances pierced shields. A Zorathian dreadnought fell, its core exploding in a nova. Victory came, but at cost. Ships lost, lives gone. Jax mourned, vowing retribution. With the fleet ready, Jax set course for the core worlds. Time to change everything? The reckoning, the Vanguard emerged from warp at the Federation's heart. The Nexus Station. Orbiting the capital world of Zoroth Prime, alarms blared across the galaxy. Jax broadcasted, "This is Jax Harlan, the Banished. I've returned with friends. We seek justice, not war. But cross us, and you'll learn why humans don't stay down." Panic ensued. The council convened, but divisions cracked. Some aliens sympathized with humans. Others rallied defenses. The first clash, a blockade fleet. Vanguard's superior tech, shredded it adaptive shields nullifying lasers. A is predicting maneuvers. Jax boarded a flagship, confronting a Zorathian admiral. "You were exiled for a reason," the alien hissed. "No," Jax replied. For the truth, he spared the crew, turning the ship to his cause. Allies poured in. Human fleets defected. Oppressed species rebelled. The Vexari hive mind, intrigued by the AI symbiosis, allied with Jax. The final assault, Zoroth Prime. Ground forces, augmented. Humans and drones stormed the council chambers. Jax faced his accusers. "You fear us because we're better," he said. "Adaptable, resilient." Nexus projected holograms. Evidence of corruption. Plots against humanity. The council crumbled. Reforms swept. Equal representation. Tech sharing. Jax didn't rule. He guided. The AI fleet became guardians, patrolling for peace. Years later, on a thriving Zarian 9, Jax reflected. From banishment to this, humanity? Fuck yeah. The galaxy changed forever.